Hey tennis fans, I'm Grace Carter with your Tennis Now news update. All right, our number 5 controversy was an ongoing saga between Rafa Nadal and Fabio Fognini, two hotties. When things seemed to reach a boiling point in Hamburg and things got a little testy during a changeover, Fabio was upset with what he thought was Rafa's really slow pace of play. He chewed out the king of clay. Well, initially, Rafa looked a bit surprised by the outburst, but then he pointed at Fabio as if sending him back to his seat. Well, that outburst roused Rafa, who didn't lose a game after that dispute. Fabio, though, did gain a major measure of revenge at the U.S. Open, becoming the first man to ever fight back from a 2-set deficit and beat Rafa in a Grand Slam tournament. Okay, it's Tomic time. Coming in at number 4 is one-man controversy, Bernard Tomic. Bernie delivered a double fault of controversy. First, he ranted after his Wimbledon ouster, ripping Tennis Australia chief Craig Tiley and Patrick Rafter, calling the Hall of Famer a puppet.
Disappointed in Craig Tiley in Tennis Australia. He's the main reason the last few years it's been up and down for me, and there's been no lack of support towards me. There's been no respect, I think, towards me. He doesn't know what he's doing. They're giving him a budget that he doesn't know what he's doing. What's his job? Deal with it, Pat. You're the mask. He's a mask for these guys, Craig and Steve.
Bernard did eventually settle his dispute with the TA and return to Australia's Davis Cup team. But before that reconciliation, Bernie was arrested in Miami, charged with trespassing and resisting arrest after refusing to turn the volume down in his penthouse at the W South Beach Hotel. Well, Bernard did take responsibility for that one.
It was definitely my fault from what happened. I was asleep at several occasions when they complained at first, but it was just a noise complaint, and like I said, I'm sorry for the police and the disturbance I caused.
At number 3, bad blood comes to a boil during Andy Murray's comeback win over Tomáš Berdych at the Australian Open. After winning the first set tiebreaker, Tomáš appeared to get a little chatty with Andy as they crossed paths. Well, during the changeover, Murray informed the chair umpire of the chatter. Kim Sears, Andy's then fiancée, now his wife, stuck up for her man, directing a few F-bombs at Berdych from her courtside seat. Well, Berdych downplayed that exchange after the match, claiming he was only pumping himself up.
Say to myself that well done, Tomáš. I mean, that's it. That's what I said, and I think I'm allowed to do that when I win a set, and that was it.
Our number 2 controversy, Genie Bouchard again. You may recall she fell in the U.S. Open locker room and suffered a concussion that forced her out of the U.S. Open. Suffering from dizziness, Bouchard was forced to pull out of the tournament. Then she sued the USTA, alleging that her fall on September 4th was caused by a slippery substance on the tile floor of the training room located inside the U.S. Open locker room. Bouchard's suit seeks unspecified damages and charges the USDA as responsible because it failed to keep the locker room floor in a safe and suitable condition. Bouchard claims effects from that concussion have prevented her from completing a match since the U.S. Open. A tearful Genie retired from her Beijing opener after just one set, suffering from dizziness, some lingering effects, she says, of the concussion. And now we've reached our top controversy of 2015. It's the night Nick went nuclear in Montreal. In the opening game of the second set, a heated clash between Stan Wawrinka and Nick Kyrgios absolutely blew up when Nick made a really crude comment about Stan's girlfriend, WTA player Donna Vekic, and Thanasi Kokkinakis, who is Nick's buddy and Davis Cup teammate.
Kokkinakis, your girlfriend, sorry to tell you that.
Well, Stan didn't hear the remark when it happened, but on-court microphones did, and Nick's crude comments went viral during the match and was global news before either man even realized it. Well, Stan, who retired from the match because of a back strain, actually gave Nick a fairly friendly post-match handshake, unaware of what the brash Aussie had said. Well, Stan understandably livid when he was told about it, and the two men reportedly nearly came to blows afterwards and had to be separated in the locker room. Kyrgios was hit with a $35,000 fine and a 28-day suspension, which the ATP will waive if he stays on good behavior and doesn't accumulate more than $5,000 in additional fines through February 24th. Later, Nick did issue this apology. While Nick's mom, Nil, didn't condone her son's comments, she told the Sydney Morning Herald that there was previous bad blood between the pair and claims that Stan had trash-talked Nick in a prior match. Can't we all just get along? That's our top 10 controversies of the 2015 season. I'm Grace Carter. See you next time on Tennis Now.